Hey besties, welcome in. I'm Sabrina, for those of you who don't know me yet, and this is Sabrina Reads and Roams, where I mostly read, but I sometimes roam, aka I go on trips for work and they are not glamorous in the least. And I am so glad that you're here because I post new videos every single week and I just would love to yap with you in the comments about the books that I'm reading. So let's get into it, okay? Today, I'm gonna do my May TBR. Let me just tell you something though. There's two things you need to know about me. One is I have forever FOMO. So I always want to be doing what everybody else is doing. And two, I cannot relinquish control of anything. Not anything, but of most things, but especially of my TBR, like what I'm going to read. So I'm like, I would love to do a cutesy little TBR jar decides what I'm reading for the month video. It ain't gonna happen because I'm not gonna read whatever the TBR jar tells me I'm gonna read, okay? It's not gonna happen. But I thought we could still have some fun. And I made a TBR jar, but the real trick is that everything that's in here is what I was already planning on reading for the month of May. I'm sorry, I know this must be stupid, but I really wanted to have a TBR jar, so I made one. But one thing about me is that I forget things very easily. I'm like Dory the fish. So although these are all books that I was already planning to read in May, to tell you that I started on my May TBR in like February and I don't really remember what these books actually are for the most part is pretty accurate. There's like one or two that I know because I just finished the like books before them like 2 days ago, but I don't know what's in here. So let's just get started, shall we? Okay, so for my first book, you guys just go with it, okay? Okay, so for my first book, I've got, I doubt you can see this from there, but it's called A Door in the Dark. This is a book that I have on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't remember if it's Kindle Unlimited or if I actually downloaded it like through a monthly free reads or not, but it's in Kindle Unlimited, and when I wrote this sheet, I did verify that it was in there and it was available for me to read. It's on my Kindle, and I just haven't read it yet. This one is also marked as optional, so I put in more books than I thought I was going to read in the month of May because some months I go overboard and some months I try to scale it back intentionally, but also because May is my birthday month and I am going on a little birthday trip and I'm going to try to take it easy on the books while I'm on my trip. So if I can't control myself or if I read really fast or whatever through all the rest of the books, this is one of my optional picks. So, okay. Let's get number 2. That is, this is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Okay, this book comes out in the month of May. Kennedy Ryan is an auto-buy author for me. I will be buying this. Actually, I've already purchased it. I pre-ordered the book. I think it comes out on May 13th, so I will be reading it like the moment I pick it up. I will forsake all other books the moment that book comes out so I can pick it up and read it. And she doesn't know this yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to buddy read this with Lindsay. She'll be fine with it. She'll be fine with it. It's fine. We both pretty much have the same plans. We tried to forsake our own lives to go to some book release for it, but then Lindsay couldn't go. And I'm like, girl, just forget your kids and husband. Who cares about them, right? All right, so then the third book is Daisy Jones and the Six. Now, this is a Libby hold that I have currently, and when I made these slips, I kind of, you know how the Libby gods do, right? Like, they just kind of give you what they want to give you when they want to give it to you. But I'm kind of good at deciding when something's going to come, like figuring that out on the front end. So I think that I will be gifted Daisy Jones and the Six in the month of May. So I've got that on there. And again, that's where the optional books may come in, because what if Libby doesn't give me anything in the month of May and then I'm stuck? So then I can move to my optional books. So that's that. Whatever that says. The Women. Oh, Kristen Hanna. Okay, so that's another Libby pick. And if I remember correctly, I think the women might actually come before Daisy Jones and the Six. So yeah, Kristen Hanna. I've not read any of her books. I have The Women and The Nightingale on my holds list with Libby. So we'll see if they send me this one in May. Again, if not, then I'll just move on to my optional picks. Okay. See, this is so much fun. I don't even have to stop to think about these because I'm pulling them out of the jar, but I already know what, like, I don't have to go pick them up. I think I saw that was maybe upside down. I don't know. Okay, Recursion by Blake Crouch. I own this on Audible already, so that will be my one Audible pick for the month. I don't think that I will go through more than one for the month of May, primarily because I don't think I have any work trips in May. We're gonna cross those fingers real hard that holds true. I don't think I have any work trips in May, so I would only be listening, potentially when we go on the trip for my birthday, and then also as I'm doing my chores around the house in the afternoon. So I'm excited to give that one a listen, and I may or may not even finish it in the month of May. Or we may just take the month of May off of Audible books altogether. Who knows? Who knows what the month of May holds? I don't know. But these are the plans. These are the plans, bestie. We might stick to the plans. We might not stick to the plans. We're already doing a fake TBR jar. So, things are just kind of real loosey-goosey around here. And that's the way I like it. All right. This is Dissemblance. If you watched any of my previous videos, Dissemblance, I started reading it in April. I don't love the book, but I've taken to being the editor of the book. And so it's not quite the end of April when I'm filming this, if we're being honest. So I have a few more days. I may finish it in April. I really don't think that I will. If I finish that in April, I won't be reading it in May, but then I'll move on to one of my optional picks. And I think there are either 2 or 3 optional ones in here. So, I had to put them in there for a reason. I knew what I was doing when I made this. All right, let's see here. I know what that says. An honored vow. Oh. Okay, so this is, I have this in front of me, actually. This is number 4 in the Melissa Blair Halfling series. Halfling Saga, sorry. So this is number 4. So again, like I said, there are a couple days left in April while I'm filming this, and I hope that I'm going to read book number 3. But I also am pretty sure that I put book number 3 in here, and whenever I read book number 3, I'm then gonna jump in and read book number 4. So I'm pretty sure book number 4 will be in May no matter what. But book number 3 is the one that's up in the air at the current moment. Anyway, this is book number 4 in the Halfling Saga. I freaking love this series so much. I've read 2 of the 4 books so far, and I cannot wait to wrap it up and finish it. So that'll probably be at the top of May. And it may be either the first or the second book that I read in the month of May. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, that's that. We're going to put that right here because it's going to be read next month for sure. Okay, let's see here. Speaking of physical books, Birthday Girl. This is a very spicy, I'm told, my boyfriend's dad book. Listen, we're not going to talk about why I own this book. I'll talk about that in another video, but I am going to read it for my birthday. So I'm going to read it the week of my birthday because it's called Birthday Girl, and that seems appropriate. Plus, it's a cute. It's like a short little read, right? So it's something that I could easily read on my birthday trip, I think. So yeah, Birthday Girl. If you've read it, you know what's up. All right. This is fun. I might actually keep doing this. And I promise, nobody take this as me mocking people who are doing the TBR jar. Please don't take it that way. I really would love to do a TBR jar, but I can tell you that I will not be following it, so it's a pointless video to make. So this is my compromise. This is the way I can figure out how to compromise on that. So that's where we're at on that, okay? So yeah, okay. The Woodsmoke Women's Book of Spells. Oh, this is also an Audible book that I already own. So I think it's ambitious to think that I would finish 2 audiobooks this month because I won't be driving all that much. But just in case, because in the month of April, I got hemmed up. I finished one audiobook and did not know what to listen to next. And my brain couldn't twirl and I couldn't think of what to listen to. So I just didn't listen to anything at that point. So I picked out 2 audiobooks for the month of May that I want to listen to that kind of like fit my vibes and everything. And we're gonna go with it. And we're gonna see how much of either I end up listening to. It might be none. Which case that'll just become my June listens, right? That's easy enough. That's not hard to do. All right. So moving on. I don't know. Listen, why do people hold the paper? Because we can't read that on camera, but it feels like it's what I'm supposed to do. Maybe you can read it on my camera. Maybe my camera's special. I don't know. But anyway, A Kingdom This Cursed and Empty. So this is the next book in the Stasia Stark book. And yes, I did look up how to say a girl's name. It's Stasia. Okay, I heard her say it. It's Stasia. Stasia Stark. So this is the next book in her series that I started. I will be checking this out from the library if I read it. However, if I'm in a place where I'm like, I really need to start a book and I don't know what to do, this is also available on KU. So I might check it out on KU. What I might do also is just switch between KU and the physical book. I have really been feeling physical books lately more so than the Kindle. I mean, I think I probably go in phases with that. When it is cold, I do love the Kindle because I got a page turner and a gooseneck and I can get under the blanket and it's great. But we're getting to warm weather and I love to have a physical book, but also the physical books don't travel that well. So, you know, I might mix it up if I read that book. That's also marked as an optional read. So it's not one of the ones that I'm like, I'm going to have to read this in May. It's an optional one. So we'll see how that happens, how I end up reading it, if I read it in both ways or not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got options. That's the best part of it. I mean, I feel like, is it ludicrous? I got hoes in different area codes. I got them on KU and I got them at the library. And by hose, I mean books. All right. Let's keep going, shall we? I don't know what book number we're on. Is this like 9 or 10? 8? Who knows? A Vicious Game. So like I said, that is book 3 in the Melissa Blair Halfling Saga. So I may be able to eke this out in the end of April. I may start it in April and finish it in May. When I count books read for a specific month, I count them in the month that I finish them, not the month that I start them. So this may or may not be a May read. So you may be seeing the synopsis, the wrap up of this shortly with the April reads. I don't know. We'll find out. Sometimes I read fast and sometimes I read slow. So don't know. But that's that. We're almost at the end. I have like 4 more in here. Okay. Let's see here. Which means that these are primarily KU books or Kindle books, maybe? The Warbler. Okay, this was a Kindle first reads that I selected, and I keep meaning to read it like month after month. This is like the 3rd month that I've been meaning to read it, and I haven't read it yet. So I need to get down to business. I need to read it. I'm going to try to read it right after I finish Dissemblance. I want to read the book, y'all, but like I definitely am heavily influenced by something else shiny. And I don't know what to tell you. That's just me. That's my personality. So, yeah, here we are. I'm going to try to read The Warbler in May, okay? Next one. Oh, love. Green Tea. Okay, so why did I do this? Green Tea. I joined a new book club, and the new book club is supposed to be where we all read our own books and then we come together and we talk about our books to each other. Had a great time. I've been to 1 meeting so far. I had the time of my life. It was great. We met at a great place. We had good conversation. It was lovely. but they are implementing a group read that is totally optional to the book club for those who want to join in. And their first pick is Green Teeth. Now, I will say that I don't know that I'll always join in with that particular book club and what they're reading, but Green Teeth is already on my TBR list, so why not read with the group, right? I think that's how I will approach it, because I belong to one book club that I want to belong to that is like, we're going to vote on a book, blah, 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 blah. I also recently started a book club at work. So that's two where like we have to read the group read. I joined this group, this book club, very specifically because they read their own books and then come together and talk about them. So I don't think that I'm going to always join them on whatever their group read pick is. However, if it's on my TBR already, I will join them. So that's how I'm approaching that. And so they picked Green Teeth. It was already on my TBR. So I'm going to join them in reading that. And we're going to discuss it like the beginning of May. Or, sorry, the beginning of June. So I think I have to read it. Yeah, I think that's how that works. So I think I have to read it at the end of May. So Green Teeth. Plus she's pretty. So yes, excited about that one. There's only two more in here. Let's see what they are. And I'll tell you, honestly, honest to God, I have no idea what is on these pieces of paper. My husband, like, whenever, like, if I see a gift that he purchased me and I'm, like, spoiling it for myself, it doesn't even matter because I will legitimately forget what that gift was before it's time for me to open it. It just happened with my Easter basket. I saw the Easter basket. By the time Easter came, I forgot there was an Easter basket and what was in it. No idea. It's a magical power that I have. Oh, book club pick. So this will be a physical book, but this is the book club, the one that I told you that I specifically belong to. The work one hasn't quite started yet. We got the idea off the ground, so we have to actually like get the rules in place and pick a book. So I don't know about that one. And I'm thinking that it may start in June. So, but that is the book club pick. That will be a physical copy. I love to annotate for book club. And that one, we won't vote on it until we have, as I'm filming this, we have our April meetup in 4 days. And so we'll vote on the May book after the April meetup. So we don't know what it is yet. So I don't know what that will be, but it'll be a physical copy. And so I've held a place for it in my TBR jar. So now we have one piece of paper left in the TBR jar. It's empty now. This was fun. Let's see what the last one is. Ooh, oh, how can I forget this? Okay, so this is an ARC that I was gifted. Tenderly, I Am Devoured. I am so excited to read this. I'll have a whole video on reading this ARC. It'll be on my Kindle. So this is, I've done one ARC before. You know, this is a new channel, y'all. I did one ARC before of a book that was just like, we don't care how many followers you have, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, yes, sign me up. And I did not love it. So I've learned my lesson. And this is a book that I specifically requested to read. So shout out to, is it Macmillan's Children's Publishing for sending me this ARC? I should probably be certain of that before I publish that in a freaking video, right? Let's log into NetGalley and check. Okay, I was right. It's Macmillan's Children's Publishing. So shout out to them for giving me the ARC. I will be doing a whole video on that. And I cannot wait to read that. But let me just read you the description really quick. Perfect for fans of Saltburn, A Study in Drowning, and Don't Let the Forest In. Tenderly, I Am Devoured is a moody, monstrously gothic romantic folk horror in which a young woman must bind herself to a dangerous chthonic god with the help of the son of a rival family to save her family's legacy and herself from ruin. 100%. I'm in it. I'm in there like swimwear, which I was just told last week that that is such an ancient phrase that nobody even knows what that means anymore. Thanks. Now I feel old. Thanks, Kylie. So that's my May TBR, courtesy of ye old TBR jar. I mean, listen, I know how dumb it is that I picked out books that I already knew that I was going to read in some corner of my mind. But I had fun doing it this way. And the one thing I will say about this is going forward, it would help me to, as I go through the month and see the books that I'm like, yes, I need to read that in the following month, to just write them on a piece of paper and chuck them in here as it happens, instead of keeping track of it on my phone and trying to like, you know, go back and forth. So I think that I might just keep the jar around and I'll do it that way. And yeah, it's not quite a super surprise or anything. I mean, it's still a surprise for you. But you know, I maybe I will become amenable to having like one or two randomly chosen, like prompt chosen books, and still maintain the control over the rest of them, right? Like I could go to therapy for my control issues, but maybe I don't want to, and maybe I don't need to cure myself of my need to control which books I read. Anyway, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And let me know what books you're planning to read in the month of May. And if you want to read any of these with me, let me know so we can discuss them in the comments. All right, besties, I'll see you in the next video.